Hi, and welcome to Danny After Dark. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a notification or a new episode. Tonight is the weekly True Crime and Chill. As always, Mr. Beckham will be joining, but he will be, you guessed it, fashionably late, as always. So in the meantime, let's hang out, and talk about what has happened this week. At first, I thought it was going to be a bit of a slower week, but like towards the last few days, it's been like thing after thing after thing. So I was like, all right, we got a lot to talk about tonight. So give everybody a few minutes to kind of trickle in. And I'm excited to go from there. Before Beckham comes in, so I just want to shout out, I'm obsessed with my new shirt, obsessed. So Annie Elise, she recently did a tour. She has the podcast seriously with Annie Elise. So I, of course, had to get a t-shirt at the show I went to. What was that? Was it last week or the week before? I can't even remember. I think it was last Thursday night, actually. So I'm obsessed with this shirt from her tour. It has her tour dates on the back. I'm just super excited that she came to the area that I live in. So very excited. So I am rocking that shirt. If you guys do not know her podcast, check it out. Check it out. She's amazing, amazing. I met her last year at CrimeCon, and she's coming back again this year at CrimeCon. And I'm so excited, like so excited to see her again in person. So check it out. So a few administrative things and announcements. So if you missed friend of the show, Gary Howard, on Dating After Dark earlier this week, y'all, go back and check it out. He is from Truck Stop Murder and True Crime. And it was so awesome having Gary on. One, because his podcast is so cool. And it has been around for several years. And where the hell was I that I didn't know about it? So we all got to hear about that. But I think we can all agree. And I think Gary would, be like, Danny, I respect that opinion. The cats, his cats. He has 11 cats. And we got to see 2 of them on camera while he was on the show, which was awesome. So awesome. I absolutely love his cats. I mean, Gary's all right too, but the cats. So if you missed that, definitely go back and check that out. Last night was the July Danny After Dark book club. So if you missed that, also go and check that out. Thank you to Zach Kopp for coming on with me as well to discuss Lynette Fromey's Reflection. That was very highly voted upon. And we did a little bit over 2 hours. And again, it was a long episode, but like the way the book is, like there's so much we didn't even talk about. Like there's so much. So give that episode a listen. And if that's a book that you read and you recommend, leave a comment in the chats for that. Or if you're kind of more on the fence, take what me and Zach's kind of thought of it with a grain of salt. And you might be like, you know what, I want to check that out. Or you might be like, oh, that's not the route I wanted to go in regards to reading. All good. But check that out. For August book club, I meant to do a post today with a poll to kind of get that started. And I totally forgot. So if I do not do it tonight after the show, I will do it tomorrow. I'll leave several days for people to kind of vote which book they would want done for August. And we will go from there. And again, that book review will be the last Thursday of the month, which let me give y'all that date right now, which will be Thursday, August 28th. So that's when the review would be. Let's see what else. Next Thursday, special guest. I'm very excited. Cheryl McCollum from Zone 7 podcast. I love Sharon. Oh my God, Cheryl. I'm a big fan. Fangirl, like total fangirl. Met her a few years at CrimeCon, and she is the sweetest person ever. So see, saying Cheryl is weird to me because she goes by Mac. So yes, Mac. But I'm so excited for you guys to hear from her. It's going to be a great time when she's here next Thursday night. Yes. And audience questions. I have a feeling y'all will have a lot of questions. And if you don't know who she is, y'all have time. Listen to her podcast. Look her up. She has a wealth of experience and knowledge in the field. I have a million and one questions. but I'm going to have to taper it down because otherwise we're going to be here for a week straight, which I wouldn't mind, but she might. So yes, next Thursday night will be Cheryl McCollum from the Zone 7 podcast, also known as Mac. So love her, love her. Beckham, you are not in the green room. Cut it out. There will be a lot of exciting things being announced soon. So there will be a lot of guests that will be coming on in the next month to 2 months. So stay tuned. Things are going to get really, really exciting, even more so than they always are. I mean, let's be honest. Y'all are here for the cats, but we're also going to have cats and some really cool guests. So stay tuned for that. There will be a big announcement coming within the next week or two. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. But I will jump a little bit ahead and let y'all know of something that is happening in April that has officially already been announced. So I will be announcing that now. Tickets went on sale today for the Beyond the Crime convention. And your girl will be there in April. It's April 11th and 12th. And I will have a booth there and much more. In regards to what that much more is, stay tuned. Stay tuned. But it is in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So if that is a place you are interested in going to go to a true crime convention, definitely check it out. Tickets are very affordable. I personally have never been to New Mexico, so I am very excited. And again, I will be there as one of the content creators. So check that out. Again, is the Beyond the Crime convention. It is April 11th and 12th in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So if you are local in the area, you're like, or you're not, you're like, I just want an excuse to go, let's hang out, let's have fun. So check that out. I think that is all of the announcements that I kind of have right now in regards to like administrative stuff. Besides the usual, all my information is below in the drop down bar. If you are not following me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, my email as well, the merch store, where y'all know I'm obsessed with this and use it every day. So that's on there as well. Cameo, the buy me a coffee link, everything you could want and more is down below. So always make sure to check that out if you do not know where to find me. Other than that, yeah, let's see who's here tonight. Beckham should be joining us. Let's see, what time is it? I'd say in the next few minutes or the next hour. I don't know. With him, who the hell knows? So James Watson. James, thank God. Thank God. I was going to message you. I didn't want to okay, for those who don't know, James, he did put it in the chat last night, so I'm not doxing anything. But yeah, there was a fire in his area and James had to evacuate. So I'm so sad to hear that, but I'm really glad to hear that you are back home, that you are safe and that your home is safe. So, and it feels really weird being nice to you right now, James Watson. I'm not going to lie. It feels a little creepy. Let's move on. Let's just move on. Tony, hello. Good to see you. Yeah, I got Tuca tonight in the back. He will pretty much be just there most of the time. He is the fat cat that sleeps all the time. So, yeah, if he does move here and there, then yeah, that would be kind of shocking. Tony Stewart, hello. Beckham, help. Oh, I might time you out just for that request. Yeah, not cool. Kane, hello. Karen Diamond, welcome. You look lovely as always. Thank you. You are so sweet. Thank you. Appreciate that. And the cats are good. Cats are doing good. My pizza is here. I am super jealous that you have pizza tonight. Not gonna lie. Let's see. Beckham, of course. Yeah, no. Where the hell are you? James, missed you guys. I've been in Cancun for 4 weeks. Oh, well, I would say we miss you too, but hearing that you've been in Cancun for 4 weeks, yeah, no. That is amazing that you were in Cancun for 4 weeks, first and foremost. I hope the weather was fabulous. And yeah, I think we can all kind of say here that we are very, very jealous, but that is totally cool and awesome for you. So welcome back. Welcome back to the real world. Let's see. There's nothing in New Mexico. Hi, K-Dog. So what the Liz has told me is that Roswell is about 3 hours away from Albuquerque. And when she said that, I was like, oh, well, what is that? What does that mean? And then she was very disappointed in me as a friend that I did not know the significance of Roswell, New Mexico. So I did what I always say don't do, because I was in a hurry to see what the hell she was talking about. And I went to Wikipedia. I know, I'm so ashamed. So let me just move my mic. So ashamed because I cannot stand Wikipedia, but I needed a quick answer. And I've since learned. She is still disappointed in me that I did not know that, but nonetheless. So apparently if you're into that type of stuff, yeah, it's nearby. It's 3 hours away. So you can always rent a car and check out the podcast event and then check out Roswell. So, and if I lose points in you all's eyes for not knowing the significance of Roswell, understood. Hi, car guy. Welcome. Good to see you tonight. Let's see. So, James, what are you saying? A truck started in fire on the highway and pulled over and started the mountain on fire. That does not sound correct. I might be reading it wrong, but either way, I'm just glad that you are safe and your home is safe first and foremost. So, hey, Wolf, good to see you. Let's see. You have a lot of enemies. Yeah, a lot of them in this chat right now, but we move on. It's okay. Totally okay. When you said you went on Wiki. Oh my God, did Tuka really? I'm going to have to go back and see that. Thank you for letting me know, James. I might have to, like, depending on what that looks like, I might screen grab that. That's super fun. You know what? I preach nonstop, like, do not go to Wikipedia. But I did. So I'm a hypocrite. I will not go there again because, again, I mean, I got the quick answer I needed, but like as I was reading it, I was just like, oh my God, this is why I don't go to Wikipedia. It's just, let's not get sued, Danny. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that. So, all right. Yeah, there is a few things going on right now in true crime. And of course, there's one that I really, really want to talk about with Beckham. So Beckham, get your ass in here so that we can talk about it. I will skip that for now. But yeah, it was when I saw this individual's name back in the news for this week, I was like, oh my God, I thought we were, for the time being, done with her. But it just goes to show you can, some of these cases where you just want the offenders to go away, they just do not. They just don't. And it is what it is. But yeah, we will totally be talking about her. And I will leave that very vague until Beckham comes, because I know he's going to be just as annoyed with me that we're talking about her again this week. But in the meantime, yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. So first this week, back in the news, is Matthew Perry in regards to, we all know that he had overdosed, and there is, criminal charges that have been brought against some who were involved in his death in regards to the use of his ketamine. So this week, Dr. Salvador Plasencia, he was one of the doctors who was accused of providing ketamine to Matthew Perry. He has officially pled guilty to 4 counts of distribution of ketamine. So Dr. Plasencia faces a maximum sentence of 40 years, a 3-year period of supervised release, and a fine of $2 million. And then this last one, I was like, really? Let's just throw it in for good measure. He's also facing a mandatory $400 special assessment. Like at the end of, like, I'm all for throwing the book at someone. Y'all know I'm a very, very harsh thinker. The $400 mandatory assessment. Come on. All right. But other than that, let's just repeat that. Facing a maximum 40 years sentence, 3-year period of supervised release, and a fine of $2 million. The thing is, Dr. Placencia will remain free on bond until his sentencing hearing. His attorneys have indicated that he intends to also surrender his medical license in the next 6 weeks. I mean, let's be honest. We all know here, if he was not suggesting and saying, I'll surrender it, it was going to get pulled. It was going to get yanked. He was going to be, I don't know what the word, I'm thinking the word disbar, but that's not necessarily the case when it comes to doctors. That's more the case for attorneys. But either way, like, good riddance. And what do you mean in the next 6 weeks? My thought was, give it up immediately. Who is still seeing him for medical service after this, for medical care? That blows my mind. Blows my mind. It also says he intends. Could he back out last minute and decide not to? Sure. I hope that's not the case, because, I mean, these are very serious charges. The fact that he's actually pleading and not taking his chances at a trial, I think is pretty obvious, the writing on the wall, to be perfectly honest. I was stunned because usually most people will just kind of go fighting, just try their luck, go down swinging type of thing. But yeah. So a statement that was made on behalf of Dr. Placencia this week said that he, quote, is profoundly remorseful for the treatment decisions he made while providing ketamine to Matthew Perry, end quote. Another quote from his attorney says, quote, he is fully accepting responsibility by pleading guilty to drug distribution and acknowledges his failure to protect Mr. Perry, a patient who was especially vulnerable due to addiction, end quote. The sentencing hearing is scheduled for December 3rd. So what do y'all think about that? What do you guys think about that? And there's a lot of layers, so that is a very multi-layer question. What do you guys think in regards to him deciding not to go through a trial and to just plead guilty? What do you think of the sentences that he is facing, the maximum that he is facing? What are you thinking in regards to that? He intends to surrender his medical license in the next 6 weeks. What do you think that he is going to be out on parole, or free on bond, I should say, this whole time until December 3rd? And lastly, the more important question, what do you think of that statement on behalf of his attorneys from Dr. Placencia? The statement that was made, I think, is personally just bullshit. I think it's bullshit. He's profoundly remorseful. This was not a one-time occurrence where he prescribed ketamine to Matthew Perry. This was multiple times. He knew good and damn well what he was doing. I'm sure he's sorry. I'm sure he's remorseful that he got caught up in this, as most of them are. But yeah, he's fully accepting responsibility. But if you accepted responsibility, we would not have been dragged out as long as it has. You would have surrendered your license right away. There's just so many steps here that I'm just like, no, I'm not buying it. But at the end of the day, that's just my opinion. Doesn't really mean much here in regards to Dr. Placencia's legal battles, but yeah, let me know what y'all think about it. I don't like that this guy's going to be walking around until December 3rd for his sentencing hearing. I really don't. And I am again, this is just my opinion, but I'm pretty sure I can't see Matthew Perry being the only medical client he's had in his entire career where he, authorized the use of ketamine to somebody who clearly was an addict, clearly had a lot of battles that he was going through. He knew. I can't see Matthew Perry being the only, he did perfect in his entire career except for this one. I don't buy that. So we'll see. While y'all are, saying in the chat, what you kind of think from it, let's welcome the man who was too late because here he is sipping his coffee. Mr. Beckham, how are you?
Oh man, I'm good. How are you doing?
Up?
A little ago, yeah.
I
I have been working a lot this week. You have no idea. Okay.
I actually
More
kind of
than
thought you were because you
More
haven't been
than
blowing up my
you.
phone as much as usual. So I'm like,
More than you. Double what you do.
huh. I didn't realize it was a competition.
It's always competition, Danny.
And then
We live in a
there's an
capitalist
argument.
world.
Beckham, have you heard of quality over quantity?
It's all quality,
Maybe the
darling.
work I've been doing all week was very meaningful and impactful to society where you're just logging in hours.
I'm just sitting around not doing a jack. Never mind.
And I'm glad you finally admitted it. And there it is.
No, I said it's like no. I said it in the sense of like, yeah, I'm just sitting around doing jack, and then you know what? No.
Well, happy Friday, Beckham. You are here. You made it. How have you, besides work, how has your week been?
Well, got my health.
Okay. All right, the chat. Y'all need to calm down. Beckham is cool.
Thank you.
How much did you pay him to say that? Adriel, you're lucky I don't time you out for that. Welcome. Wolf, Beckham. Oh, God.
Yes.
Karen
Welcome.
Diamond. Hi, Mr.
Thank
Beckham.
you.
Good to see you.
Thank
Mr.
you
Beckham
all.
has the best laugh.
I could do a good Hulk Hogan, but you won't let me.
No, I will not. And if you notice, when everybody's like, rest in peace, did I do a post like that? No, I sure didn't. But we won't get into why. I think y'all know why, but we won't get into it. Corey Novak, hello. What's the difference between him and any other doctor? Good point.
I know, Corey. I know. I don't have good handwriting. I'm just smart, and I'm smart, so I don't know either.
What? We're not talking about you. We're talking about Cynthia. What the fuck just happened?
Oh my God, that was so great, dude. Corey, thanks for the setup, man. I owe you.
That was no setup, Beckham. Not everything in life is about you. What the hell?
That's a great setup. Oh my God.
Hi, Kat. Hello.
Oh, Jesus.
Dr. Kevorkian. All right. So, Beckham, I don't know if you were listening to what I was saying about Dr. Placencia, the one who prescribed Matthew Perry the ketamine.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that on Tuesday. It's been like earlier in the week.
Or if you read my doc with my notes tonight, you would know that
right.
too.
Let me pull that up. I always read it.
No, you don't. So yeah, he's going to be surrendering his license. He's going to plead guilty. He is sentencing December 3rd. He's out on bond until then. And then he gave what I say is a very bullshit kind of statement through his attorneys about how remorseful he is and things like that. But yeah, Corey, you make a good point. What's the difference between him and any other doctor? He got caught. Matthew Perry died. And there was an inquest, and that's how that surfaced. That's the difference. Wolf has a request, and Kat agrees. And the request is
who? Oh! I was like, man, you guys want to hear the Hulk Hogan?
No, we don't.
Hell yeah! Chad Daybell.
Thank you. Wolf, I hope you got what you wanted. Kat, I hope you got what you wanted as well. We will not be talking about Lori Vallow this week. We'll be talking about somebody else. And Beckham already knows, and we're not happy about it, but we are not talking Lori Vallow Daybell this week. But yeah, let's wrap up this with Dr. Placencia. I know before Beckham got here, you guys made a few comments in the chat. I want to make sure I get to what you guys were thinking. All right, Wolf, I think the sentence is too steep. Really?
Why? What was the sentence? I don't.
So, all right. Well, Beckham, if you were here on time, for Christ's sakes, he's being accused of providing ketamine to Matthew Perry. As we know, he's pled guilty to 4 counts of distribution of the ketamine. He's facing a maximum sentence of 40 years, a 3-year period of supervised release, a fine of $2 million, and a mandatory $400 special.
But when does somebody take responsibility for themselves? Because
when they get caught and then they say they're remorseful.
No, I'm not talking about the doctor. I'm talking about the user.
That's a fair.
Because
I mean, that's a
because
whole
at
conversation in itself.
yeah, I know, but like I'm just saying, because you have a relationship with this person. They come to you, they beg you, they beg you, and they beg you, and they beg you, and they beg you, and then what else can happen from that? You know, um,
You decide to be actually ethical and say, I'm not
I'm
going to
no,
provide it
I
to
know,
you.
I get it, I know, I
You'll
see what you.
find
No,
an
I
addict
still,
will find a doctor who will prescribe it.
I get it, I understand that point, but at some point, I mean, I don't know, I've always blamed the other way around, but he could have just said no. You're right, but at the same time, we don't know the relationship they had. We don't know if they were always getting along. If they were good buddies, and he just kind of, we don't know that. So, um, does this guy have prior issues with this kind of thing? I haven't, but I don't know. I'm kind of with Wolf. I think the thing is too steep.
Okay,
I
that's
think
fair.
that's where Wolf's coming from.
Yeah, so we'll follow up a few comments later. Blaming dealers, doctors is kind of questionable in my
Yeah,
eyes. Yeah, that kind of goes
he
along with what
see
you
it
were
the way
saying.
I see it. Well, the dealers, I don't know. I'm talking about the doctors that.
I mean, obviously, this is we could have like a whole show conversation about this and not,
Oh yeah, it probably wouldn't.
it's a huge, like,
It's not going to get anywhere. It's going to be
no,
back
and
and
this is just
forth.
like,
Yeah.
there are professionals trying to, where do we
Now,
go
if
with
this guy was
this?
like Doctor Evil and like putting the whole city of Los Angeles on point with drugs, that's a whole different thing there.
I said before you came on, I'm like, I can't in my heart of hearts think like or believe that Matthew Perry was the only
Mm.
person that he gave or prescribed something to that didn't need it or for kind of more addict purposes. I could be wrong, but I can't see how it's like he's had this whole career and then just did this one thing.
Hey man, I mean, it's why prostitution's the number one thing in the world.
But I mean,
Because
at
you
the
have.
end of the day,
Yeah,
Beckham,
I'm sorry.
do I need to text your girlfriend and be like, get in the chat? Beckham's about to give some stories and you need to be here to hear it. Or me and you will talk after and then I'll just let her know what you say. Just kidding. Just kidding. Not really. Yeah, no, that is totally fair that, you guys are kind of thinking that it's steep.
I mean, you're going to take his medical license. That's enough.
Well, he's saying he's going to surrender it within 6 weeks. I mean, he might not get, I mean, again, we're talking about what the maximum he could receive is. He could get much, much less. I don't know. We're going to see. The sentencing is December 3rd. So we have a while to wait.
Well, in LA, I mean, the state of California, you're able to just commit any kind of crime you want without, paying the price.
Beckham. Oh my goodness. I think this is going to be one where we're going to have differing opinions, to be honest. Not just me and you, Beckham, but I think a lot of us in the chat too, because when it comes to addiction, it's there's people have a lot of opinions.
Okay, basically, you know what? Let's end it. Does this guy have a relationship with the Mexican cartel and bringing in the drug and distribution, and then, that would be it right there.
Mm. All right, Beckham. Well, you don't get to make the calls here. You think you do. K-Dog, they're charging some dealers here with murder if they sold to someone that OD'd. So far, they ended up dropping those charges. My state has that same thing.
Wow.
But that's interesting that they're saying they're doing it, they're charging them and then drop. Why do they end up like, why go through all that?
How did the state of California not see an increased spike in sales in baby oil, but are worried about this one death?
Wolf is commenting to Kat saying, I could mistake medication, kind of a patient responsibility too. Yeah, that's
what I tell you. Don't take medicine that has somebody else's name on the bottle.
Put Matthew Perry in prison too. I know what you're getting at, James.
That dude had that guy, man. No, I mean I know he's deceased, but like that dude had major problems.
Matthew Perry.
Oh yeah, I mean it was.
Oh, he's
I mean
open.
it's
He's
like
very open.
documented. I mean it's been documented. I mean I know that he
Mhm.
seemed to be a nice guy and stuff, but like man, like seriously, dude, when are you gonna quit? Like again,
Addiction doesn't
and he's like
discriminate.
50. I mean, man, I'm telling you, man, people over 40, you can't be doing these drugs, or you're gonna die one day, or you might not, but you're taking a chance. You're taking a chance. You're over 40. You're taking a chance with cocaine. You're taking a chance with fentanyl. You're taking a chance with like whatever else, anything that can just completely accelerate the heart, right? Um,
Yeah. Did
just
you say
yeah,
pretinol?
no
Fentanyl.
fentanyl.
Oh, it sounded like Prentanol, and I was like,
No.
Beckham.
But like, like, come on, man. This dude was like 55, however old he was. Like, when are you gonna learn? Like, I don't know, man. Like,
I mean, addiction is not. He's been very open about
yeah,
his
I know. I
struggles
remember
with
him
addiction
talking
and
about it, but I
seeking
never, and
help and trying to do
I'm,
right.
yeah.
It's
He's
just
lucky
very
he wasn't.
unfortunate.
He's lucky he wasn't kicked off the Friends show because I know that there was a period where he was also like having that addiction problem issues
Yeah, yeah. This goes
through
way
the
back.
yeah, it goes way back.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. If you can't figure it out by like 55, that's on you, man. But whatever.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what someone's, because we could have 10 different people having 10 different opinions about addiction in itself and kind of where
Well,
things
yeah, but
lie.
people would probably tell me, "Oh, you're being unsensitive. You're being, unsensitive or this or that." I'm like, "No, that's the problem. When do you start holding people accountable? This isn't his first time."
You are entitled to your opinion, as well as if somebody thinks you are being insensitive because X, Y, and Z, they're entitled to that too, to be fair, when it comes to addiction. I'm not, I see how we've kind of shifted from the doctor to Matthew Perry and his views. Um,
Dude,
and again,
I know some
everybody's
friends.
entitled to their
Dude,
opinion on
I
addiction.
know some
It's a
close.
tough, it's
Yeah,
a tough
man, I know
subject.
some
There's a
close.
lot to it.
Yeah, I know, but
There's a lot to it. At the end of the day, it's unfortunate that Matthew Perry is gone and has OD'd. It's very important. We all can agree, like, it just sucks. It sucks.
yeah, because I mean, I heard he's a great guy from different
Yeah.
people. He's a
In
great
regards to
friend.
the doctor who is accused of providing him, we can have those differing opinions. That's totally fine. Of, you know what, I think this is a fair sentence. I think he should have got more. Or, you know what, it's a bit steep. It's a bit steep for the role he played in it. And we can all have those differing opinions, and that's totally acceptable. Yeah, so I just want to shift it back to the doctor because that's kind of really where the focus is. But
You
the
you
thoughts
asked
on addiction and
you
where
asked
does
Danny.
responsibility lie
You
is
asked
fair.
for you asked him some chat drama and you got it.
I did not ask for chat drama. When did I ever ask
You're
for
like,
chat
hey,
drama?
so what do you guys feel? Y'all have any opinions or thoughts on this? Put it in the chat. That's what you
James says
said.
the doctor could have been starstruck with him. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And, this is not the first celebrity overdose, and it won't be the last. And, well, when the next one happens,
Corey, what do you mean it's MA?
what are you talking about? I think you're further in the chat than I
Oh,
am.
sorry. Yeah, hurry up. You wanted some drama in the chat, you got it.
I don't want drama in the trap.
I meant people commenting. That's what I was
All right, Wolf. I know a guy that was drunk, killed 2 people in his car, did 2 years, so 40 years for giving medication to someone that passed away seems too steep. Okay, no, that's comparing.
Dude, that guy did 2 years for that? Wow. No, that's too small of a price, but
see, yeah, and I agree with that.
yeah. Wow. Okay.
Tony Stewart users, I think, get treated too softly sometimes. Ketamine for PTSD. Thank God he was not Diddy's doctor. Well, that's a whole nother conversation. Tony Stewart, before I forget, I saw your comment in the chat about Kohberger. He was sentenced. There was last week. Was it last week? and there was a whole sentencing hearing. Hun, go back on. You can find it on YouTube where you can hear the victim impact statements. I think it's very much worth a listen for you, Tony. But we did talk about that, and it is on YouTube, and I think it's very much worth a listen for you for sure. You can email me later about it if you want to. If you do watch it and you're like, Danny, let's talk about it. 100%.
Danny, let's talk about it.
Well, there was a lot to talk. I mean, Kaylee's Gonzalez's sister, Olivia, like everybody's still talking about her and how amazing she was. Every podcast I listen to is still talking about her. Rightfully so. It should not be about Koberger. It should be about the victims and Olivia. I just want wonderful things for her. I think she's going to be a big advocate in this world. So I'm an Olivia supporter. Azriel says, I know a guy here too killed 2 people in a car crash. The guy was paralyzed before the accident and then bragged about it. That sucks. Wait, the doctor got 40 years. Kane, Placencia is facing a maximum sentence of up to 40 years.
Yeah, up to. He might not get that.
So he could get much less. Tony Stewart agrees with you. I'm not sure what it was. Tony, you should never agree with Beckham, in my opinion. Yeah, he was a tormentor to me in school, and he got paralyzed from an ATV accident. Oh, gotcha. Remember Michael Jackson? Yeah, 100%, Karen.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Whitney, too.
There's a darker story with Michael Jackson, though.
But again, there was a doctor that was.
I know, but there was a lot of influence around the doctor and music industry and control over Michael and control over money and control over contracts and control over his, what do you call it when you talk about their songs as one thing?
Licensing?
No, it's a word. Their songs are just like combined. It's just one word, like their track, but it's not a track. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, there's a lot of going on with the Michael story, though. Besides just
but if we pick it apart, what we get is an addict, just simply, who is going to a doctor for medication, and the doctor, I'll give it to you.
No, not the estate, not the copyright. Oh God, what do you call it?
I mean, call it like it is. Let's see. Last year, he owed some big dealers, and they burned his mom's house. Azriel. Oh my God. I am so fascinated by this story. The guy that I knew from Wolf saying turned his life around, quit. Everything was doing good last time I saw him. I mean, it sucks that it took what happened, but that's amazing that they turned their life around. They don't always do. Carrie Fisher and John Ecclesall, who are both in their 60s, still doing coke and died from causes related to that. Yep, good point. They lit on fire while he's in the show. Adriel, you are, every time I think, I'm like, all right, I got the story. You're adding more details, and I'm just fascinated by every detail you're adding. Aren't you supposed to do something 2 to 3 times a week to increase your heart rate? I'm not sure. Jesus. Dang, I'm agreeing with James Watson. I know, Tony, isn't it a horrible, horrible feeling when you agree with James Watson? Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, Tony. I think it's bullshit. This doctor's being singled out. Okay. That is very fair. Starstruck, no money. Okay. All right. How did Ozzy make so long? Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I've been seeing and hearing a lot of that. By the way, Danny, I missed the Paulcast. I sure don't. Oh, you're talking about the show, not Paul in general. Big difference. By all means, if you are on Instagram, message him and say, hey, Paul, what the fuck? Get back on with Danny.
I think the same thing might have happened to Prince.
He OD'd on fentanyl.
But right. I think same thing, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, each one's a bit different in how their journey and story to it, but ultimately, if you break it down to its core, yes. A prescription to a chemical is the doctor's answer to everything. It's BS. Corey, that is 100%. 100% I agree with that. K-Dog, you're jumping back. I think the Idaho parents wanted a trial to find out what happened. Why more than concerned with the death penalty? I think both, K-Dog, because some, I know we're switching right now to Koberger briefly. Some of the families were very open that they wanted the death penalty. And then, yes, most of them wanted answers on what happened to their daughter, their sister, their son, their brother, in regards to Ethan Chapin. And we don't get that because that was not part of the plea deal. And I still very much disagree that the prosecutors didn't say, like, you got to say what. But at the end of the day, are we going to take anything that Koberger says with and think that's the truth? Not really. I mean, the way he was at the sentencing hearing, just void of emotion.
Can you handle the truth?
I think that said it all. But
that's it. Catalog. I think that's what it's called.
Catalog. Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
They have ketamine therapy, so I figure maybe the prescription of Perry was not all that out of line. I will have to know more about why it's such a travesty. That's a good point. Yeah, Danny, he's such a shithead. He even pointed a gun in my face once. I was picking. Jesus. Royalties. Was that the word, Beckham?
No, catalog.
Catalog. Okay, sorry.
That's the word. Sorry.
MJ was about to win the royalties for the whole Beatles back catalog.
Yeah,
hey, William Eddie.
Yeah, like James is the one that brought the word out.
Okay. All right. And then there was another question early on. I should have marked it. I don't want to. While he is doing that, so Koberger isn't on the docket for tonight. I know we've kind of weaved him in and out a little bit. But yeah, and if that's something at the end too, where you guys we just still want to talk about that, talk about what happened at sentencing, the victim impact statements, by all means. Totally cool. All right, I think. All right, here it is, K-Dog. Has Beckham ever had women beg him?
I don't know.
I think we should just sit here the rest of the night until you answer that question.
This is all I'm going to do.
Hey, Shelly, if you're listening, get in the chat. All right, then. Sorry, K-Dog, we will not be getting that answer. All right, so yeah, that's unfortunately, what at the end of the day, a lot of us have a different opinion about this, but yeah, sentencing, regardless, for Dr. Placencia is scheduled for December 3rd. So we'll keep you posted. So,
see you, Corey. Hey, thanks for that comparison to me being a doctor. Appreciate it.
That was so not. You were so full of yourself.
Dude, Corey's always hooking it up, man.
Yeah, Corey's a good dude. Don't take advantage. Meaning, Corey, focus on me, not Beckham. Focus on me. All right. Morgan Geyser. Let's switch to Morgan Geyser. So I covered this case. Oh, God, probably, I think earlier this year. But
what? What, Kate? Did you?
Yes. And if you're thinking Morgan Geyser, where does that come in? Slender Man. So Morgan Geyser has been approved as of this week for modified conditional release. And she'll be on a plan, and a judge ruled on that. And the judge ruled on that yesterday. So she was supposed to be placed in and I'm probably going to butcher this, Manitowoc facility, but instead will be placed in a facility in Sun Prairie. So the reason for that is the new facility offers more treatment services for Morgan. The release plan will also make sure that she has GPS monitoring that cannot be removed without prior court approval. So the Sun Prairie city officials are already expressing concerns about having Morgan Geyser come to their community in their facility. What they are saying is that they are worried about Morgan's facility being close to schools, daycares, and parks in a densely populated residential area. An attorney representing the city of Sun Prairie even argued that Morgan would easily be identified by the public if they see her out and about. So that is a big concern for them as well. So at this point, I just want to do a very quick reminder if y'all aren't familiar with the Slender Man case and did not watch my episode covering that, which if you haven't, go back, check it out. But in a brief nutshell, Morgan Geyser was 12 years old at the time that her and her friend Anissa Weir, who was also 12, lured their friend Peyton Lautner to the woods and stabbed her 19 times. Peyton was so lucky to have survived, but they left her to die. These girls left Peyton to die and claimed it was for them doing it to get in the good graces of Slender Man. Back when the crime occurred, Morgan and Anissa were found not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. So Anissa has already been released. She was released in 2021. I know with Morgan, she's been up for kind of review if she should be released and been denied several times, but now not denied. So let's get back to present day this week. So prosecutors have stated that the victim, Peyton Lautner's family, they've been in contact with the judge, and they are urging the judge to use his best judgment to do what offers the most protection for their daughter, Peyton. Morgan is tentatively scheduled to be released on August 4th or 5th. This is pending the judge's final approval of the location based on the change of plans that has occurred. So, what do you think about this, Beckham?
Well, I mean, you'd have to just kind of go with what you have.
Well, that's the most like Danny, I'm not paying attention at all statement I've ever heard.
No, I mean, what do you?
Do you think Morgan is still a risk?
Yeah, I always think everybody's a risk all the time.
Except Dr. Placencia, but
No, I was just saying that 40 years is like, wow.
I know, I'm just giving you.
You can give them like 15. You're gonna take the license, give them like 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I always think everybody's a risk.
Okay.
So.
Yeah,
Dude, I don't. That story is a freaky story though.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime that you get involved with like schools and children, that kind of thing, I think it should add to the overall thought process of what you're going to validate at the end of it, or vindicate at the end of it. But it's like I said, I'm always, when it comes to major crimes or anything that deals with schools and children, things like that, that's what I'm against, is the thing.
Yeah. And I know, the issue about crimes that are committed on kids is a very hard thing to kind of discuss, because children as victims, they're so vulnerable, right? And when offenders do that, I think it's a bit more cut and dry of like, no, throw the book at them. They targeted and they attacked and murdered or whatnot an innocent child. Here we're talking about basically a child attacking, or two children attacking their friend, another child. So it's
but you still have, to me, it's still I still take it the same, and because you have to set the example. You have to set this is not something to be made. I don't know. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Even if it's child on child or what. Man, there's been a lot of stories where, same age people, teenagers, whatever. Like, I think one of them threw one of them off a cliff. I don't think she meant to. It was an accident, but she got the max. I mean, I don't know. You might. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what case I'm talking about?
Vaguely.
There's been a couple of them. There's been one in Italy where that girl faced the life in prison for like an accidental murder, but it looked like she might have done it on purpose. But But so I don't know, man. I've just always seen it, even with same age people doing something to themselves, even in the teenage years, more likely that they suffer some very you know strict circumstances or whatever penalties or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. I mean, Anissa was released in 2021, so she's already out, and she was one of the ones also.
Yeah, I kind of remember the story a little bit. The three, right?
Yeah, the three girls.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't.
remembering now. It's coming
Is the
back.
2-on-1. I didn't think Anissa should have been released then. I still
No.
feel that now.
Yeah, right.
Morgan, they clearly felt she wasn't that she still would have been, a risk or whatnot, or wasn't in a mental place to be released to the public. And here again, it's multi-part. She's not just being released just to the public and forgotten about. There's a facility she's going. She does have to wear GPS monitoring, but again, she can go into the community. And the community she's set to go to in Sun Prairie, they have a lot of reservations about it, and understandably. What to me, I mean, do I think she should be released? I don't.
Mm-mm.
It's clearly. And then my thought was, let's go back to the victim, Peyton, because she survived the attack. Where is she with this? And props to her. She's an amazing young woman. She has said in so many interviews that she's, I forget her exact wording, but like this was like she turned this into such a positive of like, my life turned in a different direction of where it wouldn't have gone if this didn't happen. And I'm so happy and thankful for my life now that it blows my mind how she's able to put it in that perspective. But again, based on the family members of her, they're saying they still want their daughter protected. So clearly they still think Morgan would be a risk.
I'm telling you, that's how I always go with it too. So I and I agree with you. They shouldn't let the other girl go, dude. I don't know. I mean, when at that age, like they made a movie called Mean Girls. You're talking about these little girls, teenage girls. They can be extremely like mean, beyond the normal like possible, what do you call it, bullying that you might experience in school. Girls are
Adults can
mean.
be very mean too.
Little girls are mean. That's all I'm gonna say.
Little boys are. Everybody's has the potential to be mean. Everybody.
Girls are meaner.
Beckham, we are not going into your therapy right now.
I'm just playing.
That's
no, I'm talking about teenage girl on teenage girl crime. That's what I'm talking about.
Beckham, I'm sensing a lot of like teenage girls were mean to me, Danny.
We did not have. I keep saying guys did not have girlfriends in the 8th grade because girls thought for some crazy reason they were gonna hook up with new kids on the block and they were gonna be their boyfriends.
Jonathan Knight all the way.
Like, get real. Stop living in a fantasy.
Oh, Beckham, you are so oh my God. Me and you need to have a long therapy conversation after this because it is just oozing out tonight, Beckham. James, yeah, my link for my Cameo is down beneath somebody requested, you know who that somebody was, a video for Beckham, and I had to be nice to him, and it still haunts me to this day. So there is
whoever that person was, that person's awesome.
James. It was James.
Oh, it was James. Thank you, James.
Let's see. So, all right, you guys, I've been seeing the chat go. You guys have a lot of opinions about that, and I really want to hear.
You asked for you like, I want drama in the chat. Everybody, put whatever you think in the chat.
Beckham, you were on another level tonight. Let's see, Adriel. Some humans just don't have any idea about the concept of eye of the beholder. That statement can be applied to like so many things, Adriel. So I don't know if you meant this in response to back to the other case or this, but either way, you are spot on, and it applies to so many things. All right,
James got kicked in the nuts in the playground. Oh, that was funny. Sorry.
The situation, I'll get to it. I'm behind. The situation with Morgan is rather unique. She was so young, but so dangerous. I wonder if she is rehabilitated. I totally get the apprehension about her release. That is very well said. And that word right there, Wolf, is key. Rehabilitated. I think a lot of us are questioning, is she really rehabilitated? On the one hand, her going to a facility where she is under supervision and GPS monitoring, it's a step towards getting back into society. And if she isn't rehabilitated, now that she has those more freedoms, it will be a good place to spot that.
Man, I don't know.
But I can see where the community's having their reservations about that, because hey, where she's going to be if she's not rehabilitated. They didn't say this, but I'm just adding it because let's just be honest, it's what they're thinking and saying too. If she's not rehabilitated, it's near a school, it's near parks, it's near where the vulnerable population that she targeted with her friend. She's going to be right in the midst of that. So I feel they get the influence from movies and video games. I think they just forget what real and what's not living. Yeah, Corey. So I know you asked this a bit behind and people did answer it for you. Her and another friend, Anissa, tried to kill their friend Peyton to get into the good graces of Slender Man. And then after they left her to die, they were going to walk. Their plan was to walk, I think it was like 300, 400 miles to Slender Man's, where he resided in the woods. They believed this. It's so horrible. James,
it's crazy.
People are quick to blame internet or mental illness for the Slender Man. How long until we start blaming blockchain or AI? I'm old fashioned, but the person holding the knife used to be the criminal. James, you are spot on completely in that entire statement. And I completely agree. Unfortunately, it's just, I feel like as society and technology moves forward, it just adds all these extra layers of, well, how do we now deal with this? We know how to deal with X, Y, and Z because we've now got caught up, but now there's these other things and we haven't caught up yet. And it makes it very complicated. But James, I completely agree with that statement. Also just thought a feel-good punishment that would serve as rehabilitation. I have a person, counselor, whatever, reminded them several times a day what they did in detail. Interesting. I could see how that's like, here's what you did. You need to remember it. But then one could argue you're putting that out there, putting that back in there. Is it just going to bring them back to that place where it's in their mind and could reoffend? I could just see that going the other way is what I mean. It's like the Jamie Bulger case. If that happened today, I'm sure they would point fingers at social media. Fingers are always being pointed at social media now for everything. Or like Clockwork Orange, drop them in a chair, make them watch messed up shit. Adriel, I like your thinking. I like your thinking. It's very harsh and dark, and I like it. Boys are violent, girls are mean. James, do you need to be included? Do I need to make this a group therapy session and be therapist for Beckham and you? Whoever else wants to join, it's fine. Discounted rate.
Hey man, James got kicked in the nuts in the playground. That's kind of funny.
James,
Danny likes it.
No, that's a very weird thing to say. How do I phrase this,
okay.
Hun?
All right, Danny, you are advocating for them to
James says I was making a fun of this girl, and here's how she responded. Do I condone violence? No. Did James provoke this poor innocent child?
Oh man, James, she's all for you getting kicked in the nuts.
You know what, James? It makes a lot of sense. You were a little punk back then, and you're still a punk now. But you know what? You're our punk.
Oh man,
you're our punk. Let's see. I agree, but it can play a part. Before television in Alaska, there was almost zero crime. After television, crime skyrocketed. Interest. I don't know enough of that, but if that's the case, that is wild and does not shock me. And that's a very scary statistic. If that is, yeah. Well, if I don't know enough about that, so thank you for sharing that. Check the jail sites. Lots of girls on there and guys too. Tony Stewart. I did the research for that, honestly, when I did the episode on embristophilia. And yeah, these dating websites for convicted prisoners on the both female and male ends. Yeah. Look at Beckham. Look what you started. K-Dog. Big girls are mean too. Beckham, I swear to God. Tony Stewart. James, did you deserve it? Tony Stewart, right now, me and you are completely in sync with our...
K-Dog says there's men that have women do it to them on purpose. Oh my, okay. All right, we didn't want to go that route.
I thought we weren't going to out the premise of Beckham's OnlyFans account, but clearly we just did. I don't know.
What did he say? It's not funny, Beckham. What did he say?
Let's see. That almost makes it seem like the game is psychological mind warfare if they really thought like that. There's men that have women do it to them. Oh yeah, that yeah. K-Dog.
Oh damn! She lifted him off 3 inches off the ground.
James,
that was a big.
Have her message me. I like her. I would like to have her on for an interview. And I want to be her best friend.
She's probably like a kick-ass kickball player.
I want to be her best friend. I will send her an email out of the dark.
Oh, that is so funny, dude.
We know James Watson. My name's Danny, and I'm your biggest fan.
That's
friendship for life.
Oh, that's so funny.
It happened to me in the 4th grade. Couldn't breathe, but I didn't cry.
Dude, everybody had something happen to them in elementary school and junior and middle school.
Beckham, look what you started.
I know. Oh man.
But Israel, did you provoke it in the way that James Watson did? That's the difference. That's the difference. And again, I don't condone violence of any kind, but I can take a step back. All right. Yeah. So Morgan is tentatively, let's just go back to where we were. She's tentatively scheduled to be released on August 4th or 5th. So that is next week.
I can almost see, I don't know what James looks like, but I can almost see him just like getting lifted off the ground.
I love that girl.
Oh, dude.
That's my statement, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh, that's so funny.
We will keep you posted on Morgan and what happens.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, yeah, and that gives you all a week or two, depending on when, more news about that comes out, to go back and go back into your mind and think of when, if you want to bring up, if we want to do a whole Danny After Dark therapy session next week instead of a true crime and chill, that's fine. Because I think a lot of y'all we have some stuff to talk about. All right, James Watson, what are you saying? I cried, I limped to the boys' room, went into a store. Poor me. You just said what you did that provoked
I thought that kind of triggered something that you now enjoy. You said, James.
I don't even know.
I
don't even know.
Danny's listening.
Wasn't Richard Ramirez. I mean, that's a whole deep dive, because I mean, I want to say yes, but like that would kind of just leave him and lump him in one category when he was so many other atrocious things. So yes, but how about that? Probably not. It was recess time. We were making fun about something stupid. And yeah. Okay. See that there's the difference. See, Israel, I feel that's not cool. What happened? I feel bad for you in that. James Watson, I do not. What don't kill you makes you stronger. Or limp to the bathroom, according to what one person has just said. Exactly. Take one for the team, as they say. All right. Let's move on to this came out today. Beckham, remember, so we talk to Paul from the Paulcast every single day, and Paul sent us this. Where was I?
It's got to mean something.
I think it was at work when he's
when it gets Paul's attention, it's got to really get it, it's got to have a kick to it.
Kick, pun intended, Beckham.
Get it?
We all got it.
I don't know.
I mean, if Paul didn't message this, like we were going to talk about it tonight, but again, yeah, Beckham, like you said, Paul, even though like we did the Manson case, Paul is very open. I am not into true crime. He comes on here because I make him. But when a true crime case grabs Paul's attention, he's like, you guys, like, yeah, then it's all right. And if let's just get to it. Ghislaine Maxwell. There's been a lot of conversations in like the past week that she's been meeting in private with a deputy attorney general, Todd Blanche. Details about that meeting have not been made public. I think we all kind of see what's happening here in regards to, again, this, we're not going to turn this into a political thing about the Epstein client list, because I know it's taken a political turn, and I'm like, y'all, regardless of what side you're on, take a step back and let's look at Epstein and there's a bigger picture here, not just like Republican versus Democrat. All right, let's just get that out there. We're not doing politics. Jeffrey Epstein was a piece of shit. We can all agree. Ghislaine Maxwell, piece of shit. We can all agree. Oh yeah, look at that. We got Tuca moving. So where we stand now is there's just been whole talk about, will the client list be released? Yes, it will. Oh no, it won't. Oh, there actually is none. Oh, but there is a list with the craziness. However, she did. We all saw the writing on the wall. I think we can all agree that she wants to get the fuck out and whatnot. And it's very interesting timing with the talk of the list that she then wanted to meet in private with a deputy attorney general. We don't know what has happened, except today, she was moved to a federal prison camp, a lower security one in Texas. Beckham, she is in your state.
Yeah, I was kind of weirded out by it.
Yeah.
I just don't know where exactly she's going, but
So,
oh man, Danny, I've had people message me about this thing.
what are they saying? What are you
No,
thinking?
oh no, I mean just her and the connections to Mossad and just the whole thing, man, the whole thing. Her dad was probably more likely a spy. Was in radio. I mean, have we ever talked about it anywhere
We
on
have.
any? Okay, I thought we did. It's just the magnitude of this case is just beyond the realm of understandable of just understanding basic everyday life, because it involves people in certain parts of the world on certain stages, with being major players to how the world moves, who's in control of a lot of things, wars. I mean, it just involves a huge magnitude of a big, just mass of something normal people can't really comprehend, because it doesn't involve us. It doesn't involve normal people, right? So it's just like, and people are asking, well, why can't you just go arrest 3 people? Why can't you just go do this? You just go.
It's not like that.
It's not that easy, because you're not dealing with just your own society, your own rules, your own laws. You're just not. It's a worldwide thing, and it's a generational thing. When I mean generational, you're well, why do you mean generational? There's generational wealth involved in this case, probably more likely, and you're not going to touch that. You're never going to touch that. That's unfortunate, but you're just not. And it's just like I said, there's people that have probably involved that have links to wars, not just anything in the U.S. I'm talking the world. There's just so much knowledge. There's just so much information at stake. There's so much things at stake, and it's just, I don't think it's ever going to, you're going to get a list, but what's going to happen with a list? The only thing you can probably get is society just shutting certain people out. But I don't think you're going to have any arrests or court cases, and that's unfortunate, because, and then that's why I don't care what you say, they got rid of the main guy. I mean, they got rid of one of the main guys. So and then I think she's asking for Didn't she give up like 200 names? The other,
So
right? And she's asking for immunity.
she wants, I mean, it's very clear behind the scenes that she wants to cut a deal to get out
Oh
and
yeah,
name names.
exactly. Right. Yeah.
Again, the details of the meeting have not been made public. I don't think we're going to get it, or we'll get. Even if they made a statement at this point, do I trust the statement they make? No, I don't.
Yeah.
But so, just a quick reminder, everybody: she is serving a 20-year prison sentence, and she was supposed to be spending it the entire thing in Florida. Now she is in Texas. It has been stated this type of transfer is not normal. It is very uncommon. Let me say that again. This is not a normal type of transfer from her going from a federal prison camp to a low security one. The reason being, those convicted of sex offenses are almost always deemed too high risk for public safety. So to put her in a low security one, I think we all kind of see the writing on the wall of what's kind of trying to be in play right now. And yeah, it's scary. It is scary. Epstein's dead. Ghislaine was a huge part of this. She needs to be held responsible. I know the family of Virginia Giuffre has spoken out because, Virginia had committed suicide several weeks ago, and they're pissed. They are pissed. Like, wait a bit. Like, what the hell? She was convicted, and now what? Like, is she gonna get out? Is she gonna get off? Like, this is clearly just what's the word? Oh my god, what's the word I'm blanking on? Cover up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Beckham, so like, you kind of gave your thought on it. Is that kind of where your, people that friends or whatnot that you've been messaging, are they kind of all in the same line of thinking right now about this?
Yeah. I mean, like, even people that I know in law enforcement they're just like, man, they're not nothing you can do. Military intelligence people are like, what are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm. Do you think she's gonna get
I
out?
just I don't know. I think that can be tricky too. I don't think that's gonna be that easy. I don't think she. I don't. Do you think you're saying? Do I think she's just gonna like, hey guys, I'm out of here. See you later.
I honestly think this transfer is
Man,
a step to her getting
I
out.
don't know, man. Just I don't. If okay, seriously, if her and Diddy just walk away, like literally just walk on her, just get away with it, or just literally walk out the door, I'm just gonna give up on everything.
I hate to break it to you, but it looks like that's gonna be,
Because then you're taking away from you're taking away from like everybody. You're taking away from law enforcement, all the work that went into that, all the research, everything that the analysts there had researched the drives and evidence and putting all that. I mean, it's a lot of work, man. It's not easy, you know. And just to analyze everything, put everything together, make these cases up. I mean, make these cases go before the courts. It's a lot of work. It's tricky, man. It's a headache. It's not just something easy. I mean, you're just gonna take away from all that. You're gonna take away just from what's right and moral, you know.
and the victims.
There's so much. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much at stake here, and you can't. The only thing you could do is make. I mean, okay, I understand trying to, but she's already. I was trying to think the other day. I was like, why is she going to be given a deal when she already talked about a list. She already put names down. Why are you making this a round two? She doesn't deserve a round two.
Correct.
Like, she's already given names.
All this talk about this list.
If you go get those names, and other dominoes will start to fall, right? She's already given a name. She's already given a list, I believe.
Hey, Royce.
Yeah. So why did she get a round two?
Because everybody's talking about it right now and they want it, and she sees an opportunity. That's exactly why. And whoever's in charge of this, shame on you for
See,
being
look
like,
look
yeah.
what James is talking about. You see, in her dad had a major respect level in the
So why
UK
didn't she
because
do that then? Why didn't she like?
oh no, I'm talking about the other James. Sorry,
Oh,
James,
this one.
the UK in the UK. She's look,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
James
There you
Lawson will
go.
get to you. In the UK, she's being made out as a bit of a victim now because some want to point her as just another pawn in Epstein's scheme. The media narrative is changing to poor girl versus evil witch. James, that is scary. That is scary because this did not all just happen on US soil. This happened worldwide.
Well, you put it in other on islands, it becomes there's that funny. It's a joke. But I mean, it's true in the sense of there's no law and there's no laws in the ocean. This is international. You're in international waters. There's no laws. That kind of thing. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I know it's a joke, but how true is that? You know what I mean?
This is just scary for the
It, co- it covers the spectrum of everything. You're talking about
yeah.
no justice. You're talking about people's work just down the drain, and you're talking about rampant crime just getting away with it.
And what message does that send to other offenders?
Yeah, to the world,
It's
to
okay.
everybody.
To everybody. It sends it to the offenders.
It's going to cover everything because there were so many different. You hear names from England to the United States to Russia to everywhere. It's just
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to
I
say.
can't
I
even imagine what the
misspoke about
victims
Russia
are
because
who are all connected to this are thinking. And I'm sure there's many more that never came forward that we don't even know about. And for them to hear this,
I've
it's
heard
just like,
rumors of things happening now in the Middle East, but I'm not going to go there.
yeah, please don't. It's just horrible. And let's be honest, if this was not such a case connected to so much wealth, no one
But in
would
the
be
middle, I'm
talking
just
about
saying
her.
my Middle East comment. At least they're making money off of it. But again, that goes towards the prostitution thing. But whatever.
Right. It's just with enough money. And then we saw it with Diddy too. With enough money, you can buy your way out of it. And it's sad. It is so horrifically sad.
And honestly, Dan, there's a time where there's like you talk to retired people, law enforcement, different segments. You can talk to retired detectives, federal agents, district attorneys, U.S. attorneys, things like that. They're gonna have stories for you that just kind of just left a sick feeling in their stomachs that they did all this work in their own. They covered their own spectrum, right, within their own job, that the perpetrator got away with it.
Yeah. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. I'm so interested in Maxwell. Everything has to be political now. Is the list accurate? And that's the thing too. Like the list, I'm sure the list will have names on there that not everybody took advantage of this, like did that. But I mean, it's right now we don't have names, and they said it's just hard. It's horrible. Beckham is a doctor. We all agree. Corey, I'm gonna time you out if you keep going.
Thank you,
James
Corey.
Watson. Okay. This comment, you're being slightly redeemed. Forget the Epstein list. I want the Beckham list. Beckham's list isn't as sorted, but much, much longer. I like how you said much, much. Its list is chock full. Oh my God. Let's see. I've heard a few years ago Epstein and Maxwell had connections. Yeah, that's what Beckham was saying, Tony Stewart. Beckham's list of candles. Oh God, he needs to partner with a candle company. I swear to God.
I do. I need to go get a new one because this one's going down.
Oh
It's
shoot.
going down.
Okay, Wolf. A sentence is a sentence. I'm pissed that she is getting special treatment.
Yeah, like I said, she's getting round two, and I believe she gave names the first time. I believe I think she was made to give down some info.
You know what? She had her chance. She had her trial. Like I'm Wolf. I'm right there with you. It's done. A sentence is a sentence. You were found guilty. And yeah. Ghislaine, born December 25th, 1961, died next year. I don't know what that's meaning. She's a predator. Oh, 100%. The victims have all said the role she played in it.
She also, she recruited and she had sexual relations with them too.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So,
That's been documented. You can say that, right?
yeah, it is documented.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just didn't want to
fully
misspeak about it.
documented.
Yeah. Okay.
You can, there's audio of some of the victims who have come forward that we've all heard from trial saying exactly what role Ghislaine played in this. And a lot of them said she was much worse
Dude,
than
I would never
Maxwell.
forget, man.
I'm sorry, than Epstein.
I will never forget the first time I heard about this Epstein, whatever, and I watched a docu series just really quick. After the first episode, I already had connected. No offense, but I already had connected the dots to who and what. Only because the guy never even. Okay, the guy knew somebody, and he never graduated high school. No, of course, that didn't. No college, right? No college degree, no high school diploma. But yet he was allowed to teach at a prep school, high school in New York or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait, okay, that didn't sit. I was like, okay, well, all right, they got him a job. Somebody pulled some strings and just put him in a class and just say, hey, take roll and just hand out paper, hand out worksheets. Remember those days? I don't know what they do now, but anyway. And then like it kind of kept going, and somehow he became this fund manager of like, I'm like, wait a minute, how can you don't make definitely need a high school diploma to at least be able to take the exams. I was like, how was he a fund manager without licensing and things like that, right? I was like, that's illegal. I was like, how did he have access to any of these funds, managing them without him having his Series 6 and Series 7 licenses? You know what I mean? And I was just
Good
like, wait a minute,
question.
man. That was like, well, this doesn't sound right. And then I started, and I was like, oh, CIA probably used them to, for basically keeping their cash and this and that, and of course, and then that kind of led me to the Mossad, and then there we go, and then the rest is and then I already had put it out. I knew who this dude was and who she was before it even came out and like completely mainstream.
Mm-hmm. Of course, you would be well researched in this. Yeah, Tony Stewart. She has to have the goods against hundreds of powerful people. But again, like I go back to, you know what, you had your day in court. It's done. It's done. I mean, her and her team, her legal team, I have to say, like, I do not want to give this woman an ounce of credit, but they saw an opportunity and they went right in knowing this was their way to wiggle in there and get something. And that, it sucks. Wolf, when the Menendez brothers were wanting to get out, I figured that they all will start trying to get out early. And there's these, again, going with the Menendez brothers going off the all these, documentaries, there was an opportunity to get, there was so much more public interest in this. They saw their chance. Unfortunately, I think because of money and power and privilege, I think Ghislaine will have a better chance to get out than the Menendez brothers, to be honest. But I think Ghislaine will get out, and that scares the hell out of me. Yeah, James.
Well, hey man, about the Menendez brothers, the best thing about that was the reemergence of Milli Vanilli's song, catalog of songs. Dude, they made whoever owns the rights to that catalog of songs made some money, because you have a new generation of downloading those songs again. Complete new generation. They were like, oh, this is some good music.
Oh, listen to this new song, girl. You know it's true.
Dude, I even saw some YouTubers like didn't know that this music exists, and they were like listening to it, and they were just going, oh yeah, it sounds good.
Oh, blame it on the rain.
Blame it on the rain.
Okay, don't sing too much, because I don't want to get copyrighted. But yeah. If you weren't there for the original, it's just not the same.
It's not the same, but still, I just think it's funny that the show that their document. Well, it was a series, right? I didn't watch it, but I think
I didn't watch it.
It was episodes, so yeah.
Royce, she saying she doesn't deserve special treatment. Should be life in prison, no parole. Royce, I 100% agree with you. 100%. Epstein could have been a driving instructor without knowing how to drive. Oh God, yeah. I mean, yeah, going off about what Beckham was saying. James asks, can Beckham go visit Maxwell for an interview? Candle.
That would be interesting. I'd love it. I would ask the hard questions. I'd be like, so were you and Epstein, like, were you guys just into the foot thing? What was going on with that? Because a picture clearly involves you and feet and him.
Oh,
And
I blocked that from my memory. I can't believe you just brought that
I
back
would
up.
ask the serious questions, no holds barred. Oh, I'm sorry, I had to throw in a Hulk Hogan thing in there. Anybody caught that?
Beckham's word of the night, word of the night. I know catalog. I noticed that earlier when he said it again with Milli Vanilli. I was like,
I know what I'm talking about.
God, Beckham in a women's prison. Are you kidding me? Yeah, James. Me and you can.
Dude, I would
from a
dress.
distance
I
with
would.
the
I would
popcorn.
wear a fancy suit to go meet her.
I mean,
Oh, wait a minute. Go back. Royce in the house with the comment. Hey, man, at first, after I figured out who Epstein, I did not put that together. I never did until it's come out lately. Like, that is a major possibility. Wow. I started hearing about that when this whole thing started coming up again, a couple months ago. That I had never thought about that until when I heard. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know, man. Jeez, I don't know. Can you imagine if her name comes up on it?
I mean, nothing.
Dude,
The thing is,
again, like I said again, it's just too much. It's like, what are you gonna do? That's a really good point. His name Roy. I don't think is he like a new guy?
No, Royce has been
Oh,
around.
Royce. Okay.
Beckham, if you paid attention to anybody other than yourself, you would know Royce goes we go way back.
Yeah, man. That's a good.
Royce, I got you.
That's a good it's a good point. So I started hearing about it a couple months ago, and I was just like, wow. My mind was kind of like my mind was a little blown because I was like, holy shiznits! Like, what if that is true?
Yeah, Wolf is right on top of that, saying First Lady.
There
should
was a
understand the
connection
no
there,
photos.
and kind of, and before, before certain somebody married her and all that kind of thing.
James, oh my God. No, okay, so no, James, James, going back to your comment of, where was it? It was earlier on about in the UK, how she's being made out. That scares the hell out of me. Honestly, at the end of the show tonight, when we log off, we go about our nights, that is going to stay in my brain. And that scares the hell
Well,
out
because
of me.
there's respect for her dad, and they can they're gonna side with her. They don't. I think there's people that don't like that she's kept in America. She's being kept in America as a prisoner. I know that sounds weird, and I know it sounds crazy, but there's people that feel that way. They're like, well, you know what? She's ours. You don't deserve. She's a prisoner in your country. That I'm telling you, there's that sentiment out there.
Two things can be true at the same time. They can have respect for her dad and then be like, but she's a piece of shit and did X, Y, and Z. Both things can be true at the same time. Like,
oh, cool.
God.
I didn't know Royce had his own channel.
Yes.
Hmm.
Oh my God, I can't believe you didn't know that. All right, Royce, I know people who have wrenches here can just automatically click to do go to channel and find you. But Royce, if you don't mind, put a link to your channel in the chat. So if people are watching who don't have a wrench and they want to check it out, then they have that ability to.
It makes it easier to go find your channel.
Yeah.
Than having to search. Because man, sometimes you still search and you just.
Yeah. So Royce, yeah, please drop a link to your channel. And everybody go over and stuff. But anybody else who has a channel, please put your link at any time, at any time, please. The more friends we have following each other, the better. All right, Tony Stewart, you had a point. I didn't want to overlook it. If you really want to understand crime, true crime, go and talk to someone who has done federal time. I knew a person who done federal time for drugs, and he has a lot of stories on corrupt cop lawyers. I'm sure that does not surprise me at all. Yeah.
There's been a comment that was made in the last couple of days about, drug dealers, high level drug dealers know more about business than college professors, than business college professors do. Kind of going along the line of that kind of thing. Yeah. Life experience.
I'll take that.
I mean, isn't everything down to life experience? I mean, you learn from mistakes and you learn from what works and what doesn't, right?
All right, thank you, Royce. Everybody, go give Royce a follow over there on his on the channel. Thank you. 24-year difference. It's y'all make a good point. Her dad was brutal, horrible, and ruthless. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, does it?
Yeah, because he was kind of like, I know he was in radio, and I think he was they say he was a spy. I mean, back then, right? There was communication through radio and signaling through radio, and he nobody would mess with him since he was a DJ, not a DJ, but you know what I mean. He was an online personality. I'm sorry, on-air personality. So they basically think that he was basically working as a spy, putting out information for the goodness of the world during World War II, things like that, right? Anyway, so anything personal, I'm not really, I really don't know, but that's kind of what I've taken from it.
I mean, I have a feeling that we will be talking about Ghislaine Maxwell next week. I think a lot more. I don't think we're going to know as much as we really want to know and should know, but I think there will be more. So yeah, let's definitely keep this going again next week, because there's a lot here. There's a lot to this, and it scares the hell out of me, to be honest. It really does. It really, really does. And it just sends the message it sends, like Beckham said, it to everybody, to people who are, like, oh, well, if they get away with this, I could too. And then it sends a message to the victims. In regards to people on the quote unquote client list, cancel culture, yes, cancel culture is a real thing, but it forgives pretty quickly. It might hate you really quickly, but then it will forgive you pretty quickly too. So it's like, I don't know. It's just society's in a really scary place right now. It really is. What is this? Wolf is saying Melania and Donald's relationship had some glaring red flags from the get-go. Well, no kidding, but let's see what you say, Wolf. She was a fully grown adult at 28 years old when she first met him she met Donald. Okay, that is not bad. All right, you lost me at the last part. I think
a setup was. I think what he means is that there was a setup between them two, like a meet and greet.
Gotcha.
There was an actual it was a set meet and greet. Like, hey, you guys are gonna meet at for lunch at 1:00 at so and so and whatever party.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
It was a scheduled set meet and greet.
Jesus. Tony, that you're entitled to your opinion. I respectfully disagree. James says, Beckham, my college professor drew.
That's what I'm saying. That's the point.
All right, James, you're on thin ice too. When people say Beckham's right and Beckham good point, I agree.
Thanks, James.
James, you're on thin ice. Yeah.
I mean, it's sad. It's sad, but
it is.
You see those memes where there's I've seen one where there's a guy looking pissed off as hell. It's dark outside. He's he videos himself, and the meme's driving to my 10-hour job, and where you have these these drug dealers buying cars every other week or whatever while he's going to it. It's like early in the morning, like it looks like it's like 5 a.m, and he looks pissed off, and he's got his coffee mug, and he's dreading going to his 10-hour job, and he's like, wow, the drug lords are buying the next new sports car every other week or something. It was kind of funny.
I mean, we all can. I mean, oh God, that's a whole conversation.
I know. I'm just saying.
I'm just gonna let that go. James Watson is reflecting again. We all need to have a moment for James Watson. I just ate half a loaf of French bread and half a block of cheese. That sounds amazing. And half a jug of pink lemonade. Jesus. I haven't felt this bad since that day on the playground.
You got, it's because their balls were halfway in up your stomach, dude. She lifted him off the ground.
All right, folks. Man. Y'all are too much. Let's get to the last case tonight. We will revisit Ghislaine. I am sure of it next week. So we'll keep that going. Let's get to the last case of the night. So we're already in a kind of an angry, pissed off mood. We're going to keep it going. So the last person we were talking about tonight, which I was hoping we wouldn't talk about ever again, Sarah Boone.
Oh, God. Are you all right? Good night, Danny.
Bye. I knew you were going to be so pissed.
I'll see you later.
I knew it. I was pissed when I saw her. I'm like, she's back. She's back. Here. And it's exactly what we think it is. It's exactly what we're thinking it is. So I know this will come as, for those who don't know this, my apologies. You're a better person if you do not follow this whole Sarah Boone. So, okay, what did we learn this week? Why are we talking about her again? Well, Sarah Boone has asked that her most recent attorney be removed from her case. All right, let's give a quick recap for those who don't know. So Sarah is serving a life sentence for the murder of Jorge Torres Jr., her boyfriend at the time, who died after being zipped into a suitcase and beaten during a game of hide and seek in February 2020. There is video, there is audio, because she freaking filmed it on her cell phone where he's saying, I can't breathe, let me out, and she does not. So since Sarah has been convicted, she has indicated that she wants to appeal that conviction, obviously. So she states in regards to her latest attorney, and let's see, she has gone through, I think this is number 10 or 11, I want to say. Yeah, I think there needs to be a support group for people, and I'm being completely serious right now. There needs to be a support group for those who have tried to represent her and have either walked away or Sarah has gotten them removed. Most of them walked away. Like, thank God. I can't even imagine what those people had to deal with her. But what's going on with the latest one? Why does she want this one removed again? So she states she has been able to file the necessary paperwork in regards to appealing her conviction, in part because she's not been able to get in contact with her attorney. So attorney Joshua Adams, he is the appointed appellate attorney who has been representing Sarah in her appeal since December 18th, 2024. So not even a full year. He was appointed just weeks after Sarah was sentenced. So attorney Adams has also asked to withdraw from the case. His motion to withdraw, he states that he is, quote, no longer practicing appellate work or accepting court-appointed appellate cases, which would make continued representation a hardship, end quote. Sarah, on her end, she is complaining about attorney Adams. Specifically, Sarah is saying his lack of response to her repeated attempts to contact him in her 5-page inquiry that she filed with the court. She stated that attorney Adams introduced himself to her via inmate messaging on February 27th, 2025. However, since then, he has since failed to respond to phone calls, handwritten letters, and emails from third-party representatives. So Sarah has until September 1st to file the appeal, again, to get him removed as her latest attorney. Beckham, what are your
This
thoughts
is
on this?
this brings a whole other. I mean, this guy's lost all. He's done with it, man. This kind of reminds me of having to deal with the subject or your potential client. What's that lady that got the Pop Tarts? What's her name? Where she was going through lawyers left and right.
That's Sarah Boone.
Oh, it's the same. Oh
This
my
is
God.
her.
Oh, it's just her. Oh, I thought
This
that was
is
a different.
her.
I was like, this reminds me of that other girl. Oh God, never
Yeah, no,
mind.
this is her.
Okay.
What I think not doctor.
I'm sorry. I thought it
Adams
was
is like attorney number 11.
Yeah. My bad. I thought just the name didn't click. I was like, this sounds like that other lady.
Because it is. So now that
The
you know it's
same
the
lady.
same
Oh my.
one,
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't surprise me. Um, this guy's lost. He's done. Doesn't even want to return emails. That's bad.
yeah. But notice that, so she's trying to get him removed. Notice he's also trying to remove himself.
Yeah, he's done, dude. I remember when I was talking. I was actually giving him. I was like, man, you know, I was giving her the benefit of the doubt back last year. I was like,
Ooh.
she just needs to find the right person to understand her. I thought this was the guy. He's out now, and he won't even. He will not even reply to an email. Forget the phone.
I mean, again, we are hearing Sarah's side of it. I'm sure there is way more to it than I've sent some emails and he hasn't responded.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen how she is. We all saw this unfold during her trial and even leading up to her trial with all the attorneys, and how abusive I'm using that word, how abusive she was to them. She was horrible. No wonder why so many of them were like, I'm out. I'm not doing this. So here's just the latest one. You know, good luck to the next. Good luck to the next.
No, there is no good luck to the next. I mean, good. I mean,
and then the one after. And
okay,
then the
at this
after.
point, I think at this point the judge needs to be like, look, you're gonna just do this on your own.
I mean, remember he tried to do that, and
Yeah.
then he went to represent herself, and she like copped an attitude with it. Was like, well, that's not what I wanted, and I don't know these terms.
Right.
And
I can't believe I was like, hey, this reminds me of that other lady. This is the same lady. Sorry.
Yeah. And she wanted to keep her energy level up, so she wanted Pop-Tarts and
no, those little candies, Werther's Originals, or I don't know what they were called. She wanted the sucking candy.
The sucking candy. You know what, Beckham? Save that for your OnlyFans. The sucking candy, for Christ. That's Danny after dark over on Patreon. No, just kidding. Oh, God. As I'm sure we'll get a lot more views right now after that comment. Yeah, this does not like, oh my God. I thought, like, I knew she would file an appeal and that is her legal right, but we hadn't heard anything for quite a while.
Don't do it.
Now it's back. I mean, this attorney Adams will be removed. They'll get their wish. She'll get a new attorney, and we'll be back in maybe a month talking about how this one's now going to be leaving. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
God. All right. Let's see what y'all are saying in the chat about this. Tony Stewart, I'm totally lost on this. Don't worry. Beckham was too, until he realized who it was. Oh no, Sarah's back. Yep. When I saw
it wasn't picture, no, James, it wasn't Sweet Tarts. I think it was Werther's Originals.
I think Pop-Tarts was on the list, though.
Pop-Tarts, I think, was on the list.
There was a whole list of candy and cookies, and it's like, oh, well, she needs to keep her energy up. Why not friggin' fruit? Like something healthy.
like a plum?
Hey, Shelly, y'all. I've been listening and seeing the chat, but driving. Well, I'm glad you were not in the chat if you were driving, because safety first. I'm sorry that you had to listen to Beckham while you drive. But I know you like them, so, you know, if I had to, you know, the times I listen to you drive, if you call me, you know, I'm putting my life and others at risk, because you annoy me when you. Just kidding. I'm being really mean tonight.
Tonight was a no holds barred episode.
Yeah, and you learned a new word, catalog.
No, I didn't learn a new word. I already knew the word. I told you guys. What's it called when a singer or a band like sells their rights to their songs and they put them together? What was it? And everybody's like, "Oh, trademark or whatever." I was like, "No, that's not it." And I think James put it in there by, he's like, "Yeah, because Michael Jackson wanted to buy the Beatles catalog." I was like, "That's it, the catalog."
When all is said and done and Beckham turns off his computer, he will be putting "Girl, You Know It's True."
Oh, I'm telling you, man, I was a fan when I was growing up.
Let's see, the Pop-Tarts chick. Yep,
Girl, you
exactly.
know it's true.
Let's see, Royce. Hey, billionaire Paul McCartney, how about give back concert? Yeah, good luck with that petition. Beckham's better half is in the chat. That's exactly right. Better half. Danny, I'm glad to be back in the chat again. Tony Stewart, I am glad to have you back. I noticed your absence, but I never want to and this goes for anybody here. We're a little community, and if someone's missing for a show or two, it's like, oh gee, I hope everything's okay. But I'm not the type to be like, hey, noticed you weren't in my chat, because that's just because that's not how it,
Dude,
glad you're back.
Hey, let me tell you something about the songs and stuff. I realized last night or yesterday because I heard an audio of Casey Kasem. Is that his name? Dude, back when it was like hey, you're top number, you're top 10 for this week in 1985, and I'm like, took me back, but I was like, you know what? I hope to live the experience as I'm dying, going to the pearly gates, that I hear his voice calling me there. And Beckham at number 1. I'll be like, yes. I hope I hear his voice calling me. That'd be great. He's like the angel will have the voice of Case Kasem.
Oh Jesus. Let's see. I just make sure I don't miss anything. I've been training BJJ. I don't know what that is. For 7 years, and as someone who's been choked and has choked, I can tell you, if you actually being choked, you cannot say I can't breathe. You're physically unable to talk. Well, she wasn't. If we're talking about the same thing, she wasn't choking him. He was in a suit, in a suitcase, and he couldn't breathe. I mean, he was folded in. The size of that suitcase, I'm like, how the hell did he even get in it? But yeah. Catalog. Let's see. I've tried to just listen to you, Danny. Shelly, I feel you. This new media narrative where people can say I can't breathe and then die from choke. Oh, okay. If you're being choked, you wouldn't be able to speak. If they're saying it, they're not being choked. Okay. Beckham wants that song playing when he walks down the aisle. What? Girl, you know it's true. Blame it on the rain.
Blame it on the rain.
Oh man. All right. So that is what we got for tonight. So a lot of frustrating cases, and I'm sure 3 of them are going to be. Morgan Geyser is going to be out next week in regards to being in a new facility. Ghislaine Maxwell, I'm sure we'll hear more by next week. And Sarah Boone just won't go away. So if she's on the docket next week to talk about, don't blame me, it is what it is. All right. So that's kind of that. Beckham, any fun plans this week that you want to share with the audience?
This weekend? Or this week?
Oh, weekend. Sorry. Yeah.
No, I was like, what? No, nothing. Just gonna chill.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
You?
Yeah, I got volunteering.
What are you gonna? What kind of crazy coffee drink are you gonna try this weekend?
No. I've been good.
Dude, 2 weeks ago you were trying. You guys went to something. Y'all were trying all this stuff. Didn't you head over to the Parla like 2 weeks ago?
I didn't go.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, okay. I thought you went. I was like, man, you got to try one of the fancy drinks. I think you did go. One of your friends was in
I think it
town.
was not 2 weeks ago. I think it was like
Maybe like
within
a
the
month
last
ago.
month.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. For a second, I'm like, wait, what?
Aren't you going to Parla?
Yeah, no, this weekend, volunteering and a lot of dance. Okay, good. Thank you for bringing that up. So next week, y'all. So Cheryl McCollum from Zone 7 will be on Thursday night. And then True Crime and Chill next Friday. Yeah, I have a lot of dance stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks where I have dance almost every single night. So I will do my best.
So
I
no
will do
show.
my
No
best.
show.
No, it's oh my God, I have so much. It's insane how much dance I have in the next few weeks. It's like night after night after night. But it is what it is. I love it. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this week's True Crime and Chill. Thank you, Beckham, for joining. And yeah, you made tonight's show very entertaining.
Hey, man, just remember, everybody out there, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
I don't know who the hell you think you are right now, trying to like sound so sophisticated. That's not the Beckham we know
That
and
was
love.
Casey Kasem's line. Like, that was his famous line.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But who do you think you are for you trying to sound sophisticated? He can pull that off.
I know.
Verdicts out.
Great
All right,
show,
everybody.
guys. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. And remember, until next time, we don't live in darkness. Darkness lives in us. Bye, everyone.